Hi again, welcome to another video, and in this video it's part 2 of the Honda HRB 475 deck change. In the first video I stripped the deck down and now I have the replacement deck all cleaned up, ready to put the parts back on. I'll get some of the parts on in this video, and in part 3 I'll do the repair on the gearbox I have to do and get the roller and the drive and everything back on, the mower, and then any other finishing off bits, and then we'll give it a test out. So I'm going to get some of the parts back on in this video, so we'll get on with that now. Before I put the engine or anything else back on this deck, I want to get this rear flap back on, because it's one of the trickiest bits really, because that spring's got to be sort of pulled up and spring loaded, if you like. So I'm going to try to do this. If I do happen to shake you about, I apologise, but that's got, it'd be easier if I had an extra pair of hands, but I haven't at the moment. So if I go up a bubbler, oh yeah, it's gone in there nicely, I believe. Yeah, that'll be okay. Now the rod has got to go through from this side. See the rod there? I'll have to fight it a little bit for it all to go in line. We are getting there. We're getting there. Just not going through that. I might just give it a little tap. Like I said before, I apologise if you shake a bit. It's gone through there, I believe. I think we're there. Yep, so that's all the way through. That is. Hope it didn't shake too much. I couldn't see where the camera was while I was doing it, but I will show you from above. Them two to the spring go around there like so, and if you just look inside there, there's a little piece in the middle that goes into like the body of the mower. So that's all on. That's working nicely, so I can put that other side bit on now. Rather than set you up just for this bit, I'll just show you how it goes if I can. That stops that flat pin coming out, or rod, and then that just fits on there like so. But that bolt has got to be held from inside underneath the flap. You see there, like so. So it's hard to do one hand, but that just bolts on, and there's a nut on that one, and there's a bolt on that one. So I'll do that and then I'll be back with you, because I want to get the handles on as well then, and I'll probably do that before I next see you, because that's only, I showed you before, only one of them bolts there, and that's all. So I'll get that in place, and then we'll think about getting the engine bolted down, because I want the handles on first, because I want to, it's still got the blade brake clutch cable connected, and I don't want to connect that at the top really. So I'll put the handles on, then I can connect that under there, and then we bolt the engine on. So now I've got the handlebars on, I've got the cable here for the blade brake clutch, so it's pretty easy. It's just that ball bit on the end goes in that slot like so, pulls up, and then that washer bit, that little piece I said that clamps over on the cable. I've just got to bring the outer cable down a little bit, it's disconnected at the top still, and then that little washer, I call it a washer, let's call it a grab washer. That's pushed on nice and tight, that is. So that's that done. So I'll show you that cable. See down the bottom there, that's where the ball goes under there, and then that's the outer part, and then that little holding clip is just under there. So that's all good. I will just connect it at the top as well, just so it doesn't slip out down here, because I think if it did, I'd have to take the engine back off again, and I don't want to have to do that once it's bolted down. And that's going to be the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to get it in place. Oh, also that has to just go in place into the deck there, just hold the cable and then the cable runs through there. So yeah, I'm going to get the engine on next. I'll get a couple of the bolts started and then I can tighten them up. So I'll show you when I'm underneath the mower. And also there's the other side wheel to go on. And then I think we're about there. Oh, the throttle cable, there is a throttle cable and the carb is currently off of it as well. So there's them 2 bits to do. And what else? Basically we're just going to be waiting to sort out the drive then. And then it should be a completed mower. So I'm underneath the mower now. I actually have tightened the 2 top ones. One bolt I wasn't quite sure. There was that 13mm head one I took out. And yeah, I was struggling to find which one went where. But in the end it didn't actually matter. It just has to have a bigger washer on that one than it does on the rest. That was the only difference. So the bolt didn't make any difference at all. But I did go with it because it's the only one I had. So I'm just going to go up with the impact on these bottom 2. One, and there's 2. I can't put the blade on because I need to buy a blade. I thought the ones from a HRX 476 would be the same, but they're not. What happens is when I put it on the deck, it's too high up. It's not as low as it should be. So I'm going to have to buy the proper one. That is 15 or 16 pound more to the bill, but so be it. It's got to be done. Yeah, I've still got to sort out the carburetor on this mower because it was running fine with the carburetor that was on it, but I used that on the other mower. I said I had a running problem with it was hunting on startup and it carried on doing that. So to complete that one, I did take the carb off of this one. So this is the carb off the other one. I'm going to put it through the ultrasonic cleaner. Hopefully that corrects it and it'll be okay then. If not, I have got a spare one as well, so I should be okay. But I can do that sort of right at the end because I won't be starting this mower up until I've done the drive. So what I'm going to do now is put the mower back flat and just do the wheel and just check around if I've missed any other bits. So now we'll get this wheel on. I've oiled up the bearings with some WD-40. There is a wavy type washer that goes on first, and I've got the bolt there. So I'll just slide that wheel on. Yeah, that went on nicely. And then all it is just doing up that bolt. So I can do that off camera. So we're not too far off now. There's still the carburetor to sort out. I'll clean that off camera. I've done lots of Honda carb cleans on my channel, so I'll do that off camera, but I'll show you me putting it back on and hopefully everything is good with that. If not, like I said, I have the spare one if I need it. And all there'll be after that is the drive. Well, as you can see on the bench, I've opened the gearbox up off of this HRB 475 lawnmower, and yeah, that's all the oil that was in it there. So I'm going to have a look round it and just see if there's any signs of bad wear. I do have a feeling that these sort of can run dry for a while, so we'll see anyway. So I'll get that shim washer off there, put that in my tub. And then I'm just going to lift that off and I'm going to get the chain off altogether. Just make sure I've got it the right way down, but I think they're the same both ways, but just make sure it goes on the right way again. Looks pretty good in there. The cogs don't feel sharp or anything. Moving around okay, it doesn't seem to be sort of slipping much or anything. Got to bear in mind that that's how it works. Right, like that. So what I'm going to do now is take that circlip off there. So I've got that off. So now I've got that clip out. I could have taken the whole pin out because it does come out, but underneath that big cog there is a washer underneath there, and I didn't want it to sort of fall out of place, so I took the clip off. So now I'm just gonna hold that and yeah, do that, and we'll see. That is pretty worn there. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll give it a good clean up and then I'll show you. But just before we get to that, I'm just gonna just hold that cog just to check not slipping or anything. Doesn't seem to be any like metal shavings in there or anything, and it seems to grip okay, so I think it's okay. That's why I put the grease in, otherwise I'd have to replace all the seals and everything, and I don't want to go to that expense on this. So I'm quite confident with the new part that'll be okay. I wanted to take it apart to check that it was the splined one like that, because some are different, but this is the one with the multiple splines round. And I'll just give that a quick wipe over and then I'll show you it. But I can see this is more worn than they usually are, and that would indicate the problem it had more so, because it did judder a lot before it started. So I've cleaned this up now, and if you can see there, that is badly worn there. It's supposed to be sort of straight along them bits. That one's curved right over, which is good to see, because I know this is more than likely the cause of why it was juddering before it started. So I'm going to get one of them ordered. The last one I ordered come in a day. I might have left it too late today, but if I order it today, at least it'll come day after tomorrow. So I'm going to get one of them ordered, and there, I think the last one I ordered was £32, but yeah, it's well worth putting in. And then in between times I'll clean the gearbox up so everything's all ready to go back in when it comes, and then that should solve the problem of the juddering. So I hope you've enjoyed the second part of this Honda HRB 475 series, and I'll be along with part 3 soon. So thanks for watching.